All right. Welcome again to another session. Today, I want to look at what is called a security information and event management. We call it a SIM. Most of you hopefully heard about it. This should be a very short video. So you imagine whenever you log into your computer, that is an event. Whenever you install an application, that's an event. You watch a movie, that's an event. Of course, some of the event becomes an incident. It's an incident if it's going to threaten your CIA triad, right? Like somebody logs in 4 times unsuccessfully at 4 a.m. in the morning from China into your system. Maybe that's something that you should look at. So in a general system, like say Windows, for example, I have a security log. If I look at event viewer, I can show you I have security log, I have system log, I have application log. So you have many logs. Of course, some hackers know how to get into your system and then delete the logs. Like if I'm trying to cover my track, I get into your system, then of course, what I do is I will disable login, do everything I want to do. Maybe I can enable login, whatever, or just delete the log. That's the suicide attempt. Just delete all the logs, right? So sometimes you want to send all these things to maybe a central location so they can look at it, right? So that's our normal stuff, our normal caveat. So the whole idea in this module is for you to be able to identify and describe security information and event management, SIM, right? So what exactly Microsoft Security says the following. They say that SIM is a solution that helps you to detect, analyze, and respond to security threats before they harm your business, right? Or your business operations, right? So many organizations, they rely on this because of the central element, right? So they can help their SOC, the Security Operations Center, right? To identify and, of course, react to this security event, right? So the SIEM supports threat detection, and of course, it helps you in what's called threat intelligence, right? It's also very instrumental for you to manage different aspects of compliance, vulnerability management. So nowadays, many organizations have so much volume of activity coming on their network, and SIEM is the best approach, right? So it's just telling you that because as the volume and the complexity of data coming into your system has multiplied, the ability to analyze this data, you may be using data analytics techniques or not even with AI, is now part of the SIEM solution, right? So most SIEM platform can address about 4 things: the aggregation of events from across the organization. It doesn't matter the source of the technology. You can correlate the events with context from external sources. It could include something from the vendor or some other industry association, and integration of these events from the devices, right, throughout the organization, and of course, detection of known threats, right, when the patterns of the attack behavior are known. So, of course, you ask, what about the unknown threat like a 0-day? But SIEM are very good at looking at signature-based or known threats, right? So they can enable what's called ad hoc searches and reporting. I love some of this SIEM can even give you like a nice graphical output so you can see what is going on. It can also allow you to track the actions of attackers, right? So you can at least have an idea of what happened and when it occurred. Sometimes some of them have the ability to detect emerging threats. If you can put it with some kind of threat analysis technology, you can combine them together, right? And of course, again, detection of what the attackers are doing so you can know when they did it, right? So what's called an analytics-driven SIEM system gives you this following capability, like real-time monitoring, incident response capability, user monitoring, threat intelligence, right? So the whole idea is I've got all these logs coming in, and I want to have a more efficient way to manage the logs. That's what the really SIEM is. There are many vendors out there. You can choose which one you want, but just decide what you want them to sell for you. Like, I think Microsoft one is called Sentinel, I think. But just research and decide which one you want. But the advantage is the ability to aggregate, correlate, and be able to make you enable you to make sense about the activities on your network.